Hello, I'm Wayne Pearson. Welcome to Ultimate Outdoor Adventures. This week, we're going to join my best friend Jim Crumley on an axis deer hunt down close to Lake Okeechobee on the Prairie Ranch. Now, Jim is looking for a very special axis deer. There's more axis deer here anywhere in the country, over 10,000. His guide, R.C. Matson. This guy knows it like the back of his hand, this country. Let's join Jim and go on a great hunt.
This hunt at the Prairie Ranch in midsummer was an exciting idea for me because mainly I've never hunted axis deer before. So that in itself was exciting. We got our rifles ready and got on this monster swamp buggy. I'd never seen anything like that before, so that in itself was a first time, a big time experience for me with this swamp buggy. And off we went to the rifle range, and although I am not by any stretch an expert rifle hunter, had a good time sighting in the rifle. They informed me that I did well enough that I should be able to hit a deer with it, and we're ready to go on the hunt. We weren't having much luck finding any more deer actually out in the pastures grazing, so it appeared that RC decided we're going to have to kind of get in the brush with them because the afternoon was getting on into the afternoon and getting kind of late. And as we came past this area, he looked down a road that back home would be a logging road to me, but it was just a road cut down through the palmettos and the palms. So we eased and actually got into shooting range one time, but they were in the thick stuff and then the wind swirled. And one doe smelled us and she whirled and she turned and made the other ones nervous, and they went back into thick brush again. So RC says, come on, and we move again. And so we're easing, looking, he's glassing through these palm fronds and through the thick stuff, and I'm just actually watching him and trying to stay right behind him more than anything and letting him look for the deer. And then finally he came to a stop.
When me and Jim finally got settled down in those dog fields in the tall weeds and got him leaned against a tree, we were literally there for about 15 minutes probably, for a long time, waiting for these deer. They were moving closer to us, the bucks were moving the deer, there's a whole herd of does everywhere. You don't want to kill 2 or 3 deer, you know, you take a shot at risky when you're gonna, with deer behind them, it could go through and kill them. So we were having to take our time and let the deer present themselves. And as we were doing this, the light, we were getting low light, it was getting late.
He said, there's the buck I want you to shoot, do you see? And so I got the gun up against the tree, a palm tree there, and I look and I say, the buck with there's a doe right in front of him. He said, that's right, there's a doe right in front of him. He said, just wait for the doe to clear.
Doe right in front of him.
Yeah.
He's looking dead towards us now.
Yeah.
Something, we must have made a little bit noise, but
Yeah.
see him looking dead at us?
Yeah.
All right, the doe just moved out of the way. There's nothing behind him.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead, quick. All right, you got,
He didn't go down, did he?
no, he's running off, I see him. Whole herd, he kind of got mixed in there.
Let's go see. So we waited a second, and RC said, did you see anything in particular? I said, I just know he didn't fall right there, but I don't know where he went.
As he made the shot, it ended up being about 15 minutes later, like I said. Well, then it was finding him.
So then we eased up. We gave it a few minutes, and we eased up and got to the spot where the buck was standing.
No blood trail, no anything as far as having to track him. And it was getting low light. We were having to rush, and we wanted to give the deer some more time just in case he was maybe hit a little farther back or anything.
But we just could not find any sign that I'd hit this buck. And now it's getting later, and it's getting later. It's not really dark yet, but it's getting dark, and we looked, and then all of a sudden RC says, you know, there he is. And man, I mean, we took a load off my mind. I was afraid that I had just proved that I was about the worst rifle shot in the world.
But we ended up getting lucky and walked up on him and found him. Got some good still photos with him, and Jim was definitely happy. How about that buck?
Isn't that a beauty? They are absolutely gorgeous animals. I mean, they really are.
I tell you what, he is a nice buck. He is a beauty.
Not having hunted axis deer before, ever, I don't have a lot to compare it to, but I guarantee you he is a gorgeous trophy, and you did a super job. You did, buddy, I'm telling you.
Good job, man.
It really was a good job.
Absolutely beautiful buck, and gave me a whole new appreciation of the hunt itself and the beauty of the deer.
Jim really had to hunt this axis deer one, had to go into the bush after him. Of course, RC knowing the land, he took him right in. Had a great hunt, a great axis deer. Unbelievable tragedy happened 2 weeks after Jim left. We lost RC. We're gonna always remember him. And I know that everybody involved, everybody out there, is gonna really miss RC. He's a great kid, had a great future ahead of him. But I tell you what, he was a tremendous individual, and we are gonna miss him. When we come back, we're gonna join C.J. Davis and Chris San Angelo as they go on their axis deer hunt at the Prairie Ranch. Welcome back with the Prairie Ranch, down below Lake Okeechobee. Unbelievable axis deer herd. C.J. Davis, Chris San Angelo, and they're going after their trophy axis deer.
We got to the ranch about midday. First thing we want to do is check our guns. So we loaded up the swamp buggy and headed out to the rifle range. Checked it, everything was still on. Felt pretty good about that. Went back to camp, got our gear ready, and headed out for the afternoon hunt.
It's just easy around here. See, there's any deer in this field yet.
Okay.
We got our blind set up just on the other side here. I don't see none. It's only 4:30.
You think they're gonna come out of that thick woods there and out into the pasture?
Me and RC just got a blind built over there the day before you guys got here. It's just set up right around here.
All right.
Let's just ease up to it. Yeah, I don't see not the first deer yet. Oh, here's the blind, CJ.
Oh, you just built it out of your greens.
The palm fronds. Just ease in here. Just take a seat.
Got situated, got everything settled in, and boy, it wasn't long. We hadn't been sitting there just a few minutes, and we started picking up movement back in the woods across the little pasture, and could see some deer moving back through there. And first one we saw was a buck, and boy, I just don't know how to judge these things real well. This is my first axis hunt.
That's a decent deer there.
Well, I've only got a short time here, so I'm not gonna hold out for the biggest thing in the world. I just want a good one. This is my first time, so
All right.
I'm not gonna be too picky. I'm just gonna enjoy it.
The trick is with these deer a lot of times is that we'll see the deer and they might be 80 yards from us. But you get a broadside shot when there's no deer behind them.
Oh yeah.
You gotta make sure that.
You gotta be careful.
Yep. I mean, it looks like he's coming to us.
I looked at him, sure enough, it was a good shooter. And him and a few does came out the first time. There's a storm rolling in on us. As that storm came in, I guess the wind just started swirling on us. One swirled, deer caught wind of us, and they ran back off to the woods. We could see them the whole time. They were just staying right there in the woods. They didn't go there far. They were wanting to come out. And finally, that deer came out. Came right by an oak tree. Easy for us to get him on, same deer. Cameraman is on the same deer. Easy to pick out. And he came as soon as he stepped out behind that oak tree.
Kind of looks like it's coming out, huh?
Yeah. Why don't you go get your gun up and ready?
You double check me before I shoot and make sure there's nothing lined up behind me, okay?
All right. He's coming. He's just under that oak tree. He's kind of right there in the shadows.
Yep, okay.
right, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, hold on a sec. He has a little doe in front of him, though. I think it's a little doe. His head right in front of his shoulder.
Yeah, I see her.
Gotta wait till he clears out. I guess a little buck coming out behind him, too. Just gotta wait till everything clears. All right, the doe's moved out of the way.
Little buck, he's coming
still,
out, isn't he?
Yep, he's just coming out.
Okay.
All right, he's clear. Yep. All right, good shot, Steve.
He dropped right there.
Good shot.
Man,
All
that's
right.
awesome.
Finally,
Go take a look at him.
everything clears out, make a great shot, drops right in his tracks, didn't even go a yard, just piled up right there.
What a great deer, CJ.
Boy, he is beautiful, isn't he?
Yes, they're one of the prettiest animals, I think.
Wow. Man, that is just great.
What a great deer. Perfect shot. I told you.
Beautiful.
And he just took this deer right here, and he's a solid 30 inches on main beams here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great axis deer.
Now this is July, and his antlers are hard.
Yeah.
When do they drop them?
They won't drop until like around November.
Okay.
So
They're
they
almost opposite of whitetail.
Yep.
This here is probably a 3-year-old deer that we came across on the ranch that coyotes got a hold of. Unfortunately, he looked like he would have been in a couple more years, been definitely a trophy buck. This axis deer, I want to tell you how we end up scoring them. As far as 30-inch main beam, as this one you can tell doesn't, but we go up right up the side from the burr, up the side of the horn to the tip right here. That's his main beam. We try to look for over 30 inches here. This brow tine right here, as you can see, this all takes into effect too. Every score I'm telling you, the main beam, the brow tine, and this second tine, the length of each one of those added with this side, you know, you gotta get your score. Plus 2 mass measurements here and here on the burr and around mid main beam length right here. So you got 3 on each side. That's a typical axis deer. Any additional points are considered a non-typical deer.
Wow.
You
Beautiful
feel
animal.
back of his neck. That's all from fighting
Ooh.
earlier in the year. All them
You feel up under
roughed up scars.
Up under the hair. Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
That's a beautiful animal. And he makes some pretty good eating out here.
Oh yeah. Never had it?
Never have.
Go get some
We gonna
tonight.
try some tonight?
Oh yes.
That's
sir.
awesome.
Yep. Like we said earlier, gonna go try to shoot a hog, I guess, tomorrow sometime.
Yeah.
So
Why not?
try that out.
That's awesome. Beautiful animal. Well, let's get him back to the camp and
Alrighty.
get him taken care of.
We'll pull around and get the buggy real
All
quick.
right. That's awesome.
Alright.
Thanks again, man. I appreciate it, Chris.
No
Just a
problem.
great hunt, great time of the year to get out and do something like this when there's not a whole lot going on anywhere else.
Congratulations, CJ. Nice axis deer. We come back and we join a good friend of mine, Jim Waller. We're gonna be using some pinfish right out of Punta Gorda, Burnt Store Marina. We're gonna be looking for some real good redfish. Welcome back to Ultimate Outdoor Adventures. A good friend of mine, Jim Waller, and I are out fishing for redfish right out of Burnt Store, Punta Gorda. Unbelievable number of redfish down there.
Wayne come down this afternoon and we decided just to run out and try to catch some fish for supper. And I'd been catching a lot of mango snapper and a few redfish, and fishing's just getting better and better every day now. It's that time of year. Another 2 or 3 weeks these redfish will be schooling, but I had some snapper lined up and the weather didn't cooperate too good with us. We had a lot of wind, but we slipped out.
We moved into our first hole, and he showed me where to throw, and of course I put in a little pinfish and threw him out there, and I guess my second cast, one nailed it, and just started taking line out on him like you wouldn't believe. Couldn't do much with him. I may be too far back, Jim.
I didn't see where you threw.
I'm right in yonder.
You want to be to the right.
To the right?
To the right. That sand. See, right there's the end of the sand, right there.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. You were pretty close where you need to be.
I need to be back to the right, too. Well, I'm in there now, Bubba. Whoa! There he is, right there, boys.
All right.
Yeah.
Redfish on. Redfish on. I've been catching 1 or 2 a day here. Don't seem to catch a lot, but when I pull in
Hey, you don't have to ask if you had a strike or not.
No.
Look at that.
No.
and evidently he hit an oyster bar or something and cut it, frayed my line and cut it. Nothing happened there. We got a couple more strikes, but no more good in that hole, so we moved around.
Hit pretty quick when you put that chum in. Let's change spaces.
Move.
Yep.
Ding, ding.
But that's what you got to do down here. You got to just bounce from hole to hole.
We sat right over here one day and caught, what, 200-300?
Oh, yeah. But they're not
At least.
schooled up yet.
Here he goes, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes.
Stick him, Wayne. That's good.
I got
All
him.
right. I'm coming in. I'm coming in.
I got him.
Nothing for me to get on, so take your
All right.
time. Nothing for me to get on, Lynch. They can fight himself out a little bit.
I'll do my best.
You got that?
Well, I feel like I got a little more rod and reel under it, you know?
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna say nothing, Jim.
No, I wasn't here. I knew you wanted to try that light rod, but
Well, I'm gonna try it again, too.
yeah, I'll get it rigged up next every day.
This is it.